So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to lecture number 8 from Science and Technology in this lecture series called Prelims Powerplay 2026. In this lecture series, we cover all current affairs for your prelims examination. And not just current affairs, we revise the associated static topics as well. Because we all know that static topics which have some connection with current affairs have a higher chance of featuring in your prelims examination. So this lecture series is completely dedicated to revise your entire syllabus, current affairs plus static portion as well. And for this lecture series, you just have to spend 1 hour of your day. Begin your revision now, because if you'll begin now, you just have to spend 1 hour revising the entire syllabus, and you don't have to spend 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours of revision, which will happen if you'll delay your revision to February, March, or April. So begin your revision now, join Prelims Powerplay lecture series. Now, as you all know that we are covering the entire syllabus, and currently we are in the phase of science and technology. And within science and technology, we started with biotechnology, then we moved on to defense technology, and currently we are covering health-related science and technology news. And in that continuation, our today's topic of discussion would be weight loss drugs. You all remember that time when they used to say that weight loss is good thing, okay? You should never be obese. And for weight loss, you should follow good diet, exercise, have a more active lifestyle, right? These were the usual prescriptions for weight loss, for combating obesity. Yes, we all know that. But now today there is a medicine, there is a pill which helps in weight loss. No need to exercise, no need to diet, nothing. Just take that medicine and it will aid in your weight loss. And with the discovery of this medicine, well, the entire world has gone crazy. The name of this drug is called Semaglutide. And because there is such a huge demand, because most of us don't want to exercise or follow a good diet, we just want to pop a pill and lose the weight. That is why there is a high demand for this medicine, right? And it has been approved in India as well. So we will talk about, because there is high demand for this, and because it has dominated the news, many articles were written on this. So today we will talk about this drug called semaglutide and its, well, benefits and certain criticisms or concerns. Plus, we'll also talk about the science behind this drug. How does this drug work inside our body so that it aids in weight loss, right? So we will mostly focus on the science behind this weight loss drug, semaglutide, and then we'll talk about benefits and concerns. Okay, so today is going to be a short and crisp lecture. Nonetheless, it is important. So pay close attention, give me your 100%. All right, now let's begin. So Science and Technology, Lecture 8, and we are talking about the weight loss drug known as semaglutide. Now, the name of the drug is semaglutide, but it is sold under various brand names, okay? For example, Wegovy, Ozempic, the most popular name. So these are the different brand names, brand name of a medicine. But the name of the drug is semaglutide. Now the question is, what is semaglutide? And then we'll talk about how does it work. Okay, so what is semaglutide? So semaglutide is a glucagon-like peptide. Okay, GLP. GLP stands for glucagon-like peptide 1 receptor agonist. I'll explain the meaning of this word. This might seem like a little confusing. What is receptor agonist? I'll talk about it. Receptor agonist medication primarily used to treat type 2 diabetes. So it was earlier given for, semaglutide was earlier given for diabetes. But later it was found that semaglutide also helps in weight loss. So people started giving semaglutide for weight loss also, obesity also, and for long-term weight management in obesity. Now, why is it called GLP-1 receptor agonist? Because there is a hormone in our body called GLP-1. This semaglutide actually mimics this GLP-1. Okay, so it's like taking GLP-1 artificially when you take semaglutide. Now, what does GLP-1 do? Have some patience, I'll explain. Okay, so it mimics the natural GLP-1 hormone to regulate blood sugar and appetite. Now, this drug was developed by Novo Nordisk. It is available as injections. In injection form, it is sold as Ozempic and Wegovy. And there are oral tablets also, which are sold by the brand name of Rybelsus. Now, the thing is, various tests were being done. Okay, various clinical trials were being done. And then only it was approved in various developed countries like USA, UK. Recently, CDSCO, the drug regulator in India, Central Drug Standards Control Organization, has approved all three brand names, Ozempic, Wegovy, and Rybelsus. Okay, so it is now available in India as well. Now remember, the drug is same, semaglutide, but Ozempic, the brand name Ozempic is for diabetes, Wegovy is for weight management, obesity, and both of them are injections. Rybelsus, which is oral tablets, well, it is oral and that is why it is sold under a different brand name. These are just brand names. Okay. Now let's talk about the science behind semaglutide. How does this semaglutide work? Okay. So how does it work? So to understand this, you need to understand certain facts about certain organs in our body. Okay. Now, three organs are important for you to understand. Okay. Or the functions of these three organs, well, it is important for you to understand what semaglutide does. Okay. So number one is pancreas. Okay. Now, pancreas produces two hormones, insulin and glucagon. Okay. Whenever you eat too much or too much carbohydrates, okay, your blood sugar level spikes, your blood sugar level increases, because when you eat too much, your body digests that food and converts it into simple sugar and then throws that simple sugar away into your blood. So your blood sugar level increases. At that time, pancreas secrete insulin. Okay, so when insulin is secreted, then all this blood sugar level is taken up. All this blood sugar is taken up, your blood sugar levels come down. This is what insulin does. Because sugar is energy, but too much energy is bad for you. That is why insulin is secreted to reduce this. Clear? Now, when your body doesn't produce insulin, okay, and this happens at a very young age. When your body doesn't produce insulin, you get type 1 diabetes. But later in life, earlier when you were a child, you were normal. But later in life, because of your bad lifestyle, bad diet, lack of exercises, your body starts to become insulin resistant, which means that your body is producing insulin, pancreas are producing insulin, but that insulin is not able to reduce blood sugar levels. That means you have become insulin resistant. That means you have type 2 diabetes. Maximum number of old people who are suffering from diabetes is type 2 diabetes. Okay, young people who are suffering from diabetes, children, that is generally type 1, because type 2 happens in old age when you abuse your body. Nonetheless, this is insulin. Okay, and what is glucagon? When you are fasting, okay, you are not eating food for such a long time, your blood sugar level decreases. It goes below normal. And when your blood sugar level is too low, your body lacks energy. That's why we feel fatigue when we don't eat food. At that time, your body has some stored sugar level. Okay, so pancreas releases glucagon. This glucagon actually uses that stored sugar and releases it into your blood so that you have energy. So glucagon happens when you are starving, insulin when you overeat. Clear? So this is pancreas. Then brain is also there. So when you eat too much food, you have that satisfied feeling that my tummy is full. Okay, that is because your brain releases certain impulses, nerve impulses, which gives you the feeling of satiety, that you're full. And then there is stomach. Stomach also sends signal that your tummy is full or your tummy is empty. Okay, these are the three organs. Now all three organs become active when GLP-1 hormone is released. Okay, so all three hormones, all three organs have GLP-1 receptors. These are these receptors. Okay, receptors means there is a dish like stuff. Okay, so whenever GLP-1 hormone molecule comes, it attaches to these receptors. As soon as these receptors and these GLP-1 hormones, they meet, well, pancreas start to produce insulin and reduce glucagon. Your brain produces the feeling of I am full, and your stomach also starts emptying. So all three organs have receptors, and these receptors become active only when GLP-1 hormone is released. Clear? So when you have too much food, well, GLP-1 hormone is released, and when you have too little food or you are starving, GLP-1 hormone is not there. Now, what is the problem with people who have diabetes? They consume too much sugar or too much food. What is the problem with obese people? They consume too much food. And maybe their body is naturally not producing GLP-1. So you give them semaglutide. This is artificial GLP-1. Artificially, you give them GLP-1. As soon as you artificially give them GLP-1, then what happens? Well, pancreas secrete insulin, reduce blood sugar level, reduces glucagon. Brain feels that I'm full, I'm not starving. Stomach also feels empty. I mean, it doesn't feel that you need to. I mean, the feeling of hunger that reduces artificially because you took semaglutide or GLP-1 from outside. Take a look at this diagram. Okay, GLP-1. Brain has this feeling of satiety. Appetite comes down when GLP-1 is there. Gastric mobility and gastric emptying. So your stomach remains full and stomach is not emptying. So you have this feeling of fullness. Insulin increases when GLP-1 is there. Glucagon reduces. This is how glucagon-like peptide 1 works. Okay? I hope you understood the entire mechanism. This is the science behind semaglutide. So let me just stop this lecture for a few seconds because I want to share something really important. Look, along with this lecture series, you will also get notes, exhaustive notes, which you have to memorize. Then you will be enrolled in our WhatsApp groups where you can ask all your doubts, even the simplest of queries. And along with this lecture series, you will also be getting a test series, an exhaustive list of tests tailor-made for your UPSC Prelims 2026 examination. To register, to get access to notes, WhatsApp groups, and tests, you would have to register on our app or on our website. The links to both app and website are given in the comment section below. You just have to click on the link and it will take you to our registration page. So register for Prelims Powerplay 2026 because you have no idea how beneficial this lecture series is and you'll just be spending 1 hour of your day. So join now. Click on the links given in the comment section below. Now, semaglutide was earlier thought to only work. I mean, people earlier believed that semaglutide only works against type 2 diabetes. So earlier, all the medicine manufacturers, all the pharmaceutical companies were branding semaglutide as an anti-diabetes drug. Okay, not much research was done on this drug. But later, after more research, it was found out that semaglutide also helps in weight loss. Because earlier scientists knew the connection between GLP-1 and pancreas, which produces insulin. Okay, so that is why they thought that this GLP-1 only works against diabetes. This semaglutide only works against diabetes. But later, with more research, they found out that semaglutide or GLP-1 is also important for your brain, is also important for your stomach. Okay, because GLP-1 signals your brain to give the feeling of fullness. It signals your stomach to empty the stomach, slowly, so that you have this feeling of fullness. So later, after more research, it was found out that GLP-1 has so many other benefits. But that's not it. After further more research, it was found that GLP-1 is not just important for weight loss. GLP-1 also helps in preventing cardiovascular diseases, heart attacks, high BP. In fact, more research was done and it was found out that people who are suffering from kidney failure, chronic kidney disease, GLP-1 is helpful in that as well. So semaglutide overnight became a magic drug. It not only helps against diabetes, weight loss, but also heart health, kidney health, and maybe more organs would benefit with GLP-1. Okay, research is going on currently and maybe more would come out. It is actually a magic drug. So let's talk about the benefits of semaglutide. Okay, so let's begin. So key benefits of semaglutide. So first of all, it lowers your HbA1c, HbA1c levels. Basically, this is a particular protein in your body. If your sugar levels are high consistently for 1, 2, 3 months, then HbA1c levels in your blood would also be high. So doctors prescribe this test if you want to check whether this person has diabetes and has persistent high blood glucose levels, sugar levels. Persistent for 3 months at least. If you want to check that, you check this protein level, HbA1c levels. Now, GLP-1 or semaglutide lowers this as well. Okay, then it lowers fasting glucose also, because people who are suffering from diabetes also check their blood sugar levels during fasting times, and that also is high, so it lowers that. lowers body weight, we have discussed this, but this is the magic part. Lowers heart problems as well, cardiovascular risks as well, helps with type 2 diabetes, and the latest finding is that it is, well, has been recently approved for people suffering from CKD, chronic kidney disease. It slows down its progression. People suffering from chronic kidney disease, well, they have their kidneys degenerating slowly. Slowly and gradually, their kidney function is lowering. Well, that lowering is slowed down by GLP-1 or semaglutide. So it is a magic drug in a sense. And that is why there is this huge demand for it. Okay? But like everything else, well, there are certain problems as well. If there are benefits, definitely there are some problems with this drug as well. So let's talk about concerns related to GLP-1 or semaglutide. Because many people are saying, many experts are saying that we should not prescribe this medication for, well, obesity, like that. More research needs to be done because it has certain side effects, certain problems associated with it. Now, what are the concerns with respect to GLP-1 or semaglutide? So concerns. So first of all, health concerns. The thing is that if you are taking semaglutide, your weight would come down. But as soon as you give up on semaglutide, your weight will come back up. Okay? So if you are willing to take this medicine lifetime, forever, then maybe your weight would come down. Otherwise, if you do not want to take this medication permanently, then along with taking this medication, you have to make some lifestyle changes as well. So that once you reduce your weight, then you can maintain that weight with these lifestyle changes, good diet, exercise. So rapid weight regain occurs upon discontinuation, with studies showing 50 to 63% of lost weight returning within a year without ongoing lifestyle support. So you have to make changes to your lifestyle. So you can't do away with exercise and good diet. Okay, this is a problem. Then some people have reported gastrointestinal issues. Okay, there are certain side effects also. It has occurred with many people. People who take a lot of semaglutide have complained about nausea, gastroparesis, I mean, not feeling that well, gas, and pancreatitis. Okay, your pancreas become hyperactive. This is a problem. Then constipation is another complaint. Rarer risks of bowel obstruction and thyroid tumors as well. So it can be cancerous. I mean, not cancerous, but thyroid tumors. Thyroid starts to swell up. Your neck starts to swell up. Okay. Plus, then there is another problem. Because there is such a huge demand for this drug. Well, there are some players, some manufacturers who would produce this drug and sell it in black market. Why black market? Because they haven't taken the required approvals for this. So off-label and compounded versions heighten dangers. Okay, they will sell this drug with some contaminants so that their cost comes down, and then sell it in black market because there is high demand for it. So this is a problem. Then supply issues are there because there is very high demand for semaglutide to fight obesity. Even people who are moderately overweight, okay, they are not obese, they are moderately overweight, but they want to look good, okay, in their pictures or any other function or their work, because they want to look good. Well, moderately overweight people have started taking semaglutide. Now, because of this high demand, the supply for semaglutide is being diverted towards people who want to take it for obesity reason, fat loss reason. And there is less availability for people who actually need it for type 2 diabetes. Okay. Now, whenever there is less supply and high demand, what happens? Well, prices rise up. So people who are suffering from type 2 diabetes might find this drug expensive because most of the supply is being diverted towards people who want to become thin. This is a problem. In India, grey markets thrive with counterfeit imports, okay, from UAE or Egypt sold without prescription, posing counterfeit and dosage risks. Plus, wealthy consumers are directly taking this drug from lab at very high price without the required approval. This is happening. But the biggest problem is economic concerns. Yes, there are side effects, but they are manageable. But economic concerns are huge. So people who are for weight loss, they want to reduce obesity, reduce weight loss, and are on this semaglutide regimen. Semaglutide regimen under the supervision of their doctor. So they have to do this course of semaglutide for 1 year or 2 years. Well, 1 year costs around 2 lakh rupees to get thin. So rich people can afford giving 2 lakh per year for this semaglutide regimen to reduce weight. But what about poor people? But poor people would be attracted towards this. So they would go for black market or counterfeit semaglutide options, which would pose a huge risk to their health. Plus, people who somehow would take loans or borrow money to get on this diet would have economic problems. Okay, there are many other economic problems. They are given in your notes, so do go through that. All right, and that would be all. With that, we conclude today's session. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it will add more value if you are regular and consistent with this lecture series, plus you follow these 3 steps, 4 actually. Watch the lecture on time, memorize the notes given along with every lecture, then ask your doubts because we have enrolled you in our WhatsApp groups. Ask your doubts over there, and then the test is about to come. You all know that along with this lecture series, you get a test series as well. In about 3-4 days, the next test is coming. Do not miss out on those tests. Okay, tests are extremely critical. MCQ practice is extremely critical for UPSC prelims or success in UPSC prelims. Okay, so do not give up on tests. Follow these 4 steps, and nothing can stop you from clearing your prelims examination. Begin your revision now. Start, join Prelims Powerplay 2026 lecture series. All right then. On that note, I'll be signing off with the promise of seeing you again with another topic in this lecture series called Prelims Powerplay. Thank you, everyone.